This is a review of yet another electronics magazine, the Practical Electronics, the edition of September 1983. I think 1983, September 1983. I think that would have been that would have been the month I went up into the fourth year of high school. That. When I went up into the fourth year of high school, I started doing a subject called Control Technology, but it wasn't all computing stuff. It was more just the basic electronics, really. You know what I mean? It wasn't. There was another subject that dealt with that called computer studies, but a more reliable on the front cover piece, a more reliable memory, computer soft error correction board, guitar active tone controls, satellite TV system. Explained. Use complete in test gear bargains. I tell you that about, but by this time the actual price of the magazine had gone up by 5 pence. It's 90p now. So even though the prices of computers are going down by now, the prices of magazines are going up. Well, that's how it is with electrical things. Everything else goes up in price, but they go down, you see, because they can be mass produced more as time goes on. That's why they go down in price. Master electronics now the practical way. Your career, your future, your own business, your hobby. This is the age of electronics, the world's fastest growth industry. So that's a course that you can send off for. It's there's an idea, a thing here. But you see, this is the news and market. This is all the new stuff that was in the stuff that was new in the world of electronics at the time. Case hardened. Crofton Electronics have just launched a replica of a case for the BBC Micro in sheet steel. Although the case is heavier than the original, it is strong enough to support disk drives and a monitor. Fitting the case is quite straightforward and only requires a few simple hand tools. The keyboard surround, back label and input-output labels are merely taken off the original case and refitted to the new one by means of double-sided sellotape. Crofton also intend to produce an alternative top cover with an integral floppy disk housing with a platform large enough to support a 14-inch colour monitor. The retail price for standard case is £39.50 inclusive. Crofton Electronics Limited, 35 Grosvenor Road, blah blah blah. It's in Middlesex. That's a picture of the photograph of the BBC Micro there with these cases attached to it, and you do get quite a lot of adverts for old computers in these magazines. There's Jupiter Ace have dealt with that in a previous review. That it wasn't like it was your typical home computer. It was different sort of thing. That Jupiter Ace, but people are selling them online. They're semiconductor circuits by Tom Gaskell and BA Honours. That's a your typical looking circuit diagram there. The electronics hobbies fair. 555741 tester. It's all numbers, isn't it? Amongst the most common ICs used by hobbyists must be the humble 555 and 741. Many books have been written on how to use these versatile devices, but what if they go wrong? There is no easy way of telling if an IC has ceased to function by looking at it unless it quite literally does go up in smoke. So the author decided to build a very simple little tester. That's the thing for testing a chip, that. That looks like a bass guitar to me, that. I think it is, isn't it? Must be a bass if it's only got 4 strings. I don't know what's the project for. Guitar active tone controls. A scrag. Now, if you pause the video, you can just read what it's quite clear. So quite easy to see. So this will be useful for you if you're in a band. If you're in a band, you could build your own guitar active tone controls. That's the circuit diagram there. Ground communication system. The idea of using the ground as a medium for communication is by no means a new one, and dates back as far as World War I at least. The basic arrangement for a communication system of this type is shown in Figure 1. Got no idea what this thing is. This is the last. I might do another review of a magazine review tonight before I go to bed. Maybe after this one, we'll see. Microfile. These two pages here. This section here, Ingenuity Unlimited. This is people's own circuits that they've designed themselves. It's the same sort of thing as a circuit exchange feature in the Everyday Electronics magazine. It's the same thing. So yeah. a selection of readers' original circuit ideas. Why not submit your idea? Any idea published will be paid for at £40 per magazine page. So I should imagine if it took up half a page, you'd only get £20 for it. Each idea submitted must be accompanied by a declaration to the effect that it has been tried and tested, is the original work of the undersigned, and that it has not been offered or accepted for publication elsewhere. It should be emphasised that these designs have not been proven by us. They will at any rate stimulate further thought. Articles submitted for publication should conform to the usual practices of this journal, e.g. with regard to abbreviations and circuit symbols. Diagrams should be on separate sheets, not in the text. That's the diagram for that there. That's a transistor, that's a diode, that's a resistor. Two 555 chips there. General purpose timer. Over voltage protection. More circuits that people are sent in here. Pseudo telephone ringer. This circuit was used in our school play in order to simulate a telephone ringing sound using a standard telephone WD1. IC1 provides a square wave with a frequency pulse of around 0.6 seconds, which is led to the decade counter once IC2. Two pulses are selected by the gates of IC3, which through IC4 switch the relay and sound the bell. Automatic NiCad charger. I don't know what an automatic NiCad charger is, to be honest. It's pretty complicated stuff that's featured in this magazine. It's more complex than sound chaser. I don't know if that's some sort of special effect. Numerous circuits for disco light displays have been published, but there still remains a gap in the market. On one hand, there are sound to light displays, but these generally give an ambiguous flickering light display. Alternative, there are chasers which, while not flickering, are not related to the music, and so do not stimulate dancing. This circuit is for a sequencer where the light change. Sound chaser. So that's a device to do it for a bit of Saturday Night Fever. That slide projector dimmer. I've got no idea I don't know what that is. There's quite a people are sending quite a few of designs to this magazine. More so than what they do to the intruder alarm with camera unit. know what these are. It is that guitar thing. Logic analyzer. What's here? Getting to grips with Mac. UK satellite system explained. Oh, do you? Right. A number of European countries, including the UK, plan to have direct broadcast satellite DBS systems operational or pre-operational by 1985-86. The UK plans include the two-channel Unisat being developed by British Aerospace for leasing to the BBC. Unisat will weigh about 1,400 kilograms with solar generated panels that shall still be generating 1.7 kilowatts at the end of its 10-year design life. Yeah. This is all about satellite dishes and stuff, what have you, this. But no, if you can get copies, if you can buy copies of these old magazines online, they're interesting. Microfile. There's an Asper computer there. Build your own Cortex 16-bit 16 RAM colour computer. Is it 16-bit 64 RAM colour computer? That was a flash computer, that bang, wasn't it? 64 RAM. With this powerful machine featured in Electronics Today International as a constructional project, you have access to highly advanced systems and software developed specially by MPE Limited for the Cortex, for business, education, R&D, or simply increasing your knowledge and understanding of computers. It beats comparably priced off-the-shelf Mac machines, hands down. There's all the basic commands there. Basics stands for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Self-assembly kit, £295. Ready built, £395. Microbus, that's an interesting, set page 70. Yeah, Microbus. Appearing every 2 months, Microbus presents ideas, applications and programs for the most popular microprocessors, ones that you're unlikely to find in the manufacturer's data. The most original ideas often come from readers working on their own systems. Payment will be made for any contribution featured. This month's see that's a typical that's a basic computer program there. That's what they look like. The set of instructions. The numbers at the side are the that's the order that the instructions come in. That's the line number, basically. You could almost say it was almost like plain English, couldn't you? Really, when you come to look at it. So like I said before, it's fairly interesting computer programming, brain computer programming it was. Anyway, not sure what I'm going to do after this is finished now anyway. Bye.